That takes him to 1 under on the day. Frank, some of these holes are absolute mind blowers. I mean, this seventh is like nothing I've ever seen.
It actually reminds me of a hole in New South Wales in Australia at the La Perouse or New South Wales golf course. Just the way in which it cuts into the coast. Just a gorgeous par 3. Preve with the win right now.
So right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
Beautiful display of ball striking today, really in control, and that's another GIR, green in regulation. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Pretty good stroke right there, just hit it through the break.
It's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Frank, just tons of bunkers on the right. You hope the wind is in your favor.
Yeah, and sadly, your mind just about picks up on each and every one of them. Normally you'd say it's a bad tee shot, but this is a pattern, Rich.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Frank not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. It's no snack, though.
This can be a cruel game at times. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Workmanlike hole, he walks away with a par. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. On the way. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Well, this is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, just a wee breeze. This is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
99 yards away. Frank, it's really hard to believe that we are in Wisconsin because it looks like an old seaside links course from Scotland or Ireland.
Well, Pete Dye spent a lot of time in Scotland in the early 1960s, and that's really where he learned his architecture from. So a lot of those features he's incorporated in Whistling Straits.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. 14 feet to the hole.
Tough, and that's the agony.
Frank, a solid par right there. Maintains his position. Well, Frank, the 11th here at Whistling Straits is a monster par 5. They call it sandbox, but it is not exactly child's play, is it?
No, I can't actually count the number of bunkers on this hole. Plus, it's a dogleg to the right. 645 yards. I don't care whichever way you cut it down. That's going to be 3 good shots. Forces you to hit driver off this tee. Second shot.
And into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. On the green in regulation. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Watches that one go in as well to get to -3 for the championship. Now to the 12th, short little par 3.
Yeah, just a short iron in hand. You'd like to think it's a birdie opportunity. One of the biggest problems here, though, is putting. This green, anything other than flat.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up.
Just a fraction too aggressive. But line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. Wow, he got robbed.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Not what he had in mind when he stepped to the tee, but it would be just one drop shot. This for bogey. Now at -2 for the day. Frank, here at the 13th, a lot can happen.
Just a gentle dogleg to the right, or at least the hole moves to the right, plus the slope of the fairway. So you've got to aim left of center.
Excellent looking shot here. That is tasty looking right there for just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Nice par to remain at 2 under. So with 5 holes left to play here at the PGA Championship, we arrive at this dogleg left par 4.
Well, it's called Widow's Watch, but really it's a thinking man's hole. A long iron, maybe even a fairway wood just down the right side. That should set up a relatively simple short iron.
Frank, with the drive off to the left side, what's the player looking at now?
Well, a blind second shot, so you've got to pick one of those mounds in the distance to really focus on a line here.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
Hat man mich auch? Was?
Ich glaube, du musst ihm spielen, die Ton ausmachen, dass du keinen Ton hören kannst.
Psst.
Ich versuche mal jetzt das.
Na gut, dann haben wir hier einen sehr langen Putt noch zurückgelassen. Leicht bergauf, schönes Break nach links.
That was not a very good read right there. And getting ready for the putt.
Aber das ist ein einfacher Return-Putt. Das ist sehr stark.
And with that par, moves into third place. Frank, lots of sand and beach in view here at the 15th.
Yeah, this starts a tremendous 4-hole run to the clubhouse. And this is going to require your best tee shot. Maybe a little fade off the tee would keep it away from those bunkers on the left and set up that second shot. Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. As his par. Now the run to the finish beginning here at the 16th, Frank.
And there's certainly a chance for 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, you name it down here. But it's all going to start with one thing, and that's a good drive.
And his second shot here at the par 5.
Tiger Woods PGA Tour.
Yeah, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not.
Eigentlich nicht ganz zufrieden mit allem.
Should be safely on deck.
On the green with about 30 feet to go. So just a formality, man. Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Just hammered that par putt, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he was thinking or what was going through his mind right there, but he better wake up in a hurry, because if this one doesn't go in, the score's going to rack up very quickly.
That takes him to 1 under on the day. 17th now, and if you have a club that goes 250 yards on a good line, bust it out right now.
And if anything, you want to aim it just ahead of the right. It pays to be a little cautious here because of that mound on the left. It goes down some 20 feet below the level of the green.
And yet again, he has hit it off the tee and into the bunker. In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Settles in over the putt. One under for the round.
Das war sensationell. Zum Tag.
Frank, quite a finishing hole, and that's as it should be. This is, after all, a major championship.
Well, you can see why Bubba Watson, Martin Keimer, Dustin Johnson have played well here. This finishing hole requires the long hitter's best tee shot, preferably just a little down the right side, because that's the safer side to be.
Frank, this approach to 18, it will test you in every way.
Even off a good tee shot, it's a difficult second, and this is one that you really have to think, perhaps maybe hitting that second shot a little right of center. This one's starting down the right. Does not look like it's going to draw back towards the flag.
But it will catch the green. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. This is a 28-footer.
Hat aufgesetzt. Jetzt hat gedacht, dass es eine Waste Area ist.
Could it be? And with that birdie, moving into the top 5 on the leaderboard.
And we're starting to notice the name.
Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.
Level 84 und gute Runde, kann man zufrieden sein. Schauen wir mal noch, wie wir liegen. Naja, 10. Minus 6 ist der erste. Gut, meine Freunde, dann verabschiede ich mich für diese Runde. Gefreut. Und tschüss, bis zum nächsten Mal.